So what an excellent women's singles encounter that was, as indeed was the first. Both of those women's singles semi-finals going the full distance. Well, next up is the only home interest left in this year's Denmark Open. It's Mathias and Carsten Mogensen, the winners here 7 years ago, trying to reach a third final at the home Super Series event. They're up against the newly crowned world champions, Cheng and Zhang. As far as the Super Series standings are concerned, well, when we look at the men's doubles, 2 Japanese pairs, 2 Danish pairs, 2 Chinese pairs, and 2 pairs from Chinese Taipei. Top 4 in that list have all won Super Series events this year, and in fact 5 of the top 7 have been in a Super Series final as well. So it's all very tight in the race to Dubai. And as far as the quarter-final stage here onwards in the men's doubles, well, there was 3 Chinese pairs, 2 Danish pairs, 2 Indonesian pairs, so only 4 different nations involved. But 6 seeds at quarter-final stage and 4 seeds in semi-finals, which means it's the only discipline here this year at the Denmark Open to feature 4 seeds at semi-final stage. Well, neither of the semi-finals have been contested yet. In the bottom half of the draw, it's an all-Indonesian affair with Gideon and Sukamuljo, winners of 4 Super Series titles this year, up against the pair they beat in the final of the India Super Series, Pratama and Karanda Suwadi. So we're going to concentrate on that top half of the draw with the former champions, Bo and Mogensen, up against the current world champions, Cheng and Zhang.
And now on court number 1, men's doubles. Please welcome from China, currently ranked 5 in the world and reigning world champions, Cheng and Zhang.
The newly crowned world champions, Cheng and Zhang, only formed their partnership at this tournament a year ago. Within the year, they have won their first title, which was the World Championships.
From Denmark, winners of Korean Open and Singapore Open, reigning European champions and currently ranked number 2 in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make a lot of noise. Mathias and Carsten Mogensen.
The former champions, Mathias and Carsten Mogensen. 2 previous finals here at their home Super Series event. They won the title 7 years ago, having reached their first final the year prior to that.
Umpires Richard Gray from New Zealand and Sergio Mitspol from Estonia.
Well, the fans have poured in to see this encounter. It's the only match to feature home players on semi-finals day. Richard Bramley from New Zealand, our umpire, and his first duty, the toss of the coin. Bo and Mogensen, the number 1 seeds. They're currently world number 2. They were seeded before the rankings changed, and they dropped down to number 2. Mathias, the left-hander, is 37 years of age, and he has actually been in 3 finals here at the Denmark Open, because the year before the inception of the Super Series, in 2006, he reached the final with Joachim Fischer. Carsten Mogensen, he's 34, born in Roskilde, and spent much of his life living in Greve. So 68 weeks in total as the world number 1s. and they played against qualifiers in the first round. In the second round, Cheng and Tang Man, who we saw earlier in the mixed doubles, the two left-handers, and they needed an hour and 28 minutes for that victory. That was a thrilling match. And then in the quarterfinal, played against the teammates and qualifiers, Kasper Antonsen and Niklas Knorr. So to the number 5 seeds, Lu Cheng from Sanming City in western Fujian province. He and his partner currently enjoying their 5th week at a career high of 5. Zhang, the only man to win 2 Olympic medals in the same Olympics, because in Rio he won gold in the men's doubles with Fu Haifeng and then a bronze in the mixed doubles. He had been Olympic champion, of course, in London 2012 with Jiao Yunlei. Well, as far as they are concerned, well, problems in the second round against the mixed nationality pair, who between them had been in 6 finals here at the Denmark Open. Setia Wan and Tam Boon Hyung, 3 titles between them, that mixed nationality pair. Quarterfinal yesterday against number 4 seeds Komora and Sonoda. And I can tell you that 2 of their previous matches, the first 2 matches, was against a combination of a left and right-hander. So for the Chinese pair, this is their 3rd encounter with a left and right-hander. So as you can see, this is the 3rd meeting between the 2 players, and of the previous 2, honours are shared. But the last time they met was in the quarter-final of the recent World Championships, and of course with Lu Cheng and Zhang Nan going on to win the gold medal. They obviously won on that occasion, but they had to save a match point in that deciding game in that thrilling quarter-final in Glasgow. At 19-20 down, it was an hour and 11 minutes from that encounter at the World Championships. So our court officials, as I was telling you, Richard Bramley from New Zealand is our umpire, Iris Mitspalu of Estonia, the service judge. Well, what a record they've got at these home championships, the Danes. This is their 9th consecutive semi-final here at this tournament. Well, many partnerships don't even last 9 years, let alone reach the semi-final of the same tournament 9 consecutive years running. Left-hander Mathias currently holds the record as the oldest ever winner of a Super Series men's doubles title. 37 years of age, 2 months and 6 days when he won the Korean Super Series last month.
Ready?
But not the oldest finalist.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Zhang Nan, Lu Chen, China.
Who's the oldest finalist?
The oldest finalist was Jens Eriksson.
On my left, Mathias Carsten
Beaten in the
Mogensen,
final
Denmark.
of this event, the first year of the Super Series. He was 37, 9 months and 28 days.
Zhang Nan served to Carsten Mogensen.
To Tam Boon Hyung and Cooking Kit, I think.
That's right. Absolutely correct. So here we go, men's doubles semi-final. No serve is short. Ominous start for the world champions.
Love. It's over. 1-all. over. 2, 1.
Well, both these pairs in last year's tournament here lost to the eventual champions, Shem and Tan Wei-Kyung. Oh, it's landed in. Chinese pair lost to the Malaysians in the first round. And Mogensen, obviously, having been in 9 consecutive semi-finals, it was at the semi-final stage last year. Oh, good defense. Oh, my goodness, that's good from Zhang.
Yeah, the Danes, they have said to Danish media that they feel that they haven't been playing well enough so far in this tournament. Not been able to get their game going, not been able to get the correct defense going here, but good in the service situation and good in the clutch situations, but they feel they need to play better today if they are to survive.
It's over. 4, 2.
Well, this man, Cheng, was a finalist here in the men's doubles 2 years ago when he came through the qualifying event playing
Service
with
fault
Lu
called.
Kai.
It's over.
The first service fault of this semi-final.
3,
Don't disagree either.
And you mentioned, Jill, that the Danes held a match point at the World Championships, so it's the small margins that we so often speak about. I mean, the Danes, they could go home and say, yeah, we got quarterfinal at the World Championships. Was it semi?
It was the quarterfinal, yes.
The quarterfinal.
Yeah.
We lost in the quarterfinals, but we had the game to win the World Championships because they had that. They lost by 1 point to the world champions.
Yeah.
And I mean, Zhang, he's two rallies away from not being Olympic men's doubles champion, nor world men's doubles champion. So
Yeah.
it is the small margins.
Yeah. What a great rally. Oh! A collective gasp of disappointment from the fans here in Odense.
4, all.
43 shots. That's a long rally for men's doubles.
Play by Zhang.
He does read it well at the net, doesn't he?
Yeah.
5,
And
all.
that's going to be one of the keys to this match. I mean, for the Danes, the matchup Bo on the front court versus Zhang on the front court is going to be really, really important. In my opinion, Zhang is the favorite to win that matchup. What is going to decide the match, in my opinion, is then how much pressure can the Danes put on Liu Cheng and how will he respond to that pressure. It's always a key thing for the Danes. How well does Bo match up against the opponent's front court player? If he loses that battle, can they put pressure on the preferred backcourt player? That's going to decide the game.
this hit. Yeah, and therefore very short with the left.
7-5.
Well, Cheng, as we just watch this again, just getting confirmation from the coach as to whether he should have played that one at the back of the court.
Yeah.
Gosh, he waited a long time on that serve, didn't he?
8-5.
6 of the last 7 points now to the Chinese pair. Angled shot from Mathias.
It's over. 6-8.
Clever hit to the outer side of Zhang. I don't think he expected that. I mean, really fast-paced, brilliant shot from Liu Cheng, and then a really, really bad one.
8.
So, looks interesting. Looks to be a very, very good match, this one.
Oh, that came off the frame of the racket. Look at that elevation on that jump smash from Liu Cheng.
9.
Look at this.
7.
Good heavens.
Luke. Play. Play.
Ooh. There's a challenge here from Zhang on a low serve.
Call out.
And Carsten Mogensen just placed the shuttle where he felt it. It hit the floor. I think he's right.
Yeah.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Thank you. 6 over. 8. 9.
Oh. No way that was coming back.
6 over.
Launching himself
10.
to make that backhand
8.
kill. Takes the forehand early, but look at this.
Great play by Liu Cheng, and he looks a bit more active than we normally see him on the front
Absolutely.
court.
Yeah. Oh, it's called out. Too late with their challenge.
6 over.
That would have been a successful challenge, in my opinion.
9.
Yeah, I think that landed in.
10.
It was a little half-court push
It's over.
from
11,
Zhang that did the damage.
interval.
And it is the world champions who have a 2 point. That one, super shot from the Olympic champion. And he and
synes, det er fint nok,
his
vi har fået
new
dem spillet.
partner
Aftalen er også, at
have a
vi må gerne
2 point
spille den anden.
advantage at the
Men der er
mid-game
flere
in
gange, hvor
four.
de faktisk allerede er sluppet afsted med at lægge lidt over mod vores ulige felt. Ikke? Den kan vi godt komme op og udfordre med vægter derinde. Du jager den på de helt rigtige tidspunkter derinde. Vi skal bare den foran ham. De sidder ned derinde. Og så faktisk, hvis det er sådan, vi endelig skal løfte, så får en lille smule maskering på. Når de slår flat derudefra, så står I helt vildt godt i leften. Så kommer vi faktisk, så får vi den vendt med det samme.
Så du får den helt ned, så du slår 2 ud.
Men der skal jeg lige have den der lidt, sådan lidt aggressive tanke for dig. Så kommer vi fint ind i den.
Or 1
klar op.
seconds. Or 120 seconds.
Jakob Høje, the Danish coach, and what was he saying there, Steve?
Yeah, reasonably satisfied, chasing the shuttle well at the net, Mathias Bo and so on. He wanted them to, when they lift, to put a little deception on the lift so that they can't jump the Chinese players. Was it Carsten Mogensen's son we saw there?
Yeah.
Noah?
Yeah, well taken.
It's over. 10, 11. It's over. 12, 10.
Oh my goodness, between the legs.
Very alert there by Carsten Mogensen.
That's amazing.
It's over. 11, 12.
Not normally the preferred front court player with the Danes, but when he has one of his good days, he definitely can play there.
Service fault called.
Service fault called.
Service over. Too high. Height.
I know that, but she's against me always. What can I do to change it? Can I change the service judge? No? Okay, can you keep an eye on it then and correct her?
Certainly will. I'm
Because
looking
my
at
service
all.
not higher than his, or his for that matter.
Looking at all the service.
Okay. But it's just, she's the only one who's always calling me.
Well, this shouldn't be allowed, Steen,
No.
quite frankly.
No,
Because this is, I
it's
think,
influencing.
it's influencing. It's intimidating the service judge. He can't ask for the service judge to be changed. He can't ask the umpire to watch the serve because the umpire is required to watch the receiver.
Exactly.
14, 11.
And for the record, I don't think she is the only one that calls him for service fault. I've seen him called many times before.
And if she is, it doesn't really matter.
No.
I mean, if she thinks there's a service fault, there's a service fault.
It's over. 12,
But I can definitely understand Mathias Bo. I mean, it's up to the umpire to draw a line and say, stop it. This is not allowed.
That's a nice block.
13,
Stepped into the defensive shot. Mathias Bo. Block to the net, followed forward. And that's a great shot. Great shot.
That's one of the Danes' solutions to get that third shot away from Zhang Nan.
14 all.
Of course, Liu Cheng can play, but he's not got the same placement skills, in my opinion, as Zhang Nan.
Set up once again from Zhang Nan.
15 14.
Fantastic service.
Yeah.
And
16
as Mathias Bo said on Danish television, the shuttles are really lively. Feels like they're a little bit heavier in the cork, so they tumble a lot, and it really helps Zhang Nan serve. We saw it to the extreme with Kevin Sukamuljo, who plays in the other men's doubles semi-final later on today. Not on the TV court, though.
A little bit surprised at the moment why the Danes are getting involved in these flat, fast exchanges.
Yeah.
17
They're so good at just taking the pace out and just guiding the shuttle to the open spaces, but they're getting embroiled in the flat, fast stuff.
And especially Mogensen has got too big a swing in the flat game when it's the overhead shots.
Correction. 15 17.
Chinese pair just watching the replay on the giant screen here in Odense Sports Park.
Wasn't the best of low serves there, was it?
And I think it's affected Mathias Bo that he's been called twice.
Yeah. But his questioning and saying, what can I do? Well, the obvious answer is you drop your serve down a bit lower. So it's not called. And I mean, surely the players must practice within the training environment. He has been called on numerous occasions, so he must have the practice to take it down a bit lower.
No.
He doesn't?
I don't think so. I think the players, they serve exactly the same in every single serve.
Mathias.
And they normally just accept that they get called once or twice during the match.
Be nice to the shot.
Well, just a quiet warning from
19
Richard Bramley.
15.
But as you stated, I think he tried to actually lower it a little bit, and because that's not the way they practice, so it becomes more inaccurate.
Yeah. So game point opportunities. 5 game point opportunities for the number 5 seeds from China. Oh, my goodness, that's wild.
Now he's got 2 on the blue for the tournament.
Yesterday against Kimura and Sonoda.
Yeah.
20.
Ball's going well wide as well. There's another one on the blue.
17, 20.
Well played by Mogensen.
This cross-court one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one.
So 3 game points have come and gone, but another 2 remain for the world champions. Oh, dear me. Service error from Carsten Mogensen, gifting the opening game. 21-18 confirms the umpire. 22 minutes for that opening game.
De har til at komme med noget nyt i posen. Det her, det er vores disciplin derinde, og så er vi klar igen. Vi skal frem og møde de bolde herinde. Har vi spillet noget kontra eller noget tryk fra mellembanen, så skal vi ikke frem og slås mere. Så skal vi træde ind i den næste og give dem de der små prik, der kan vi endda også tage nettet. Men når det er net, så er det foran dem. Og det er også derfor, ligesom den sidste her, hvor du jager frem, kommer tæt på den. Bare det du er derinde, så får vi faktisk lidt plads både foran dem. Men så måske endda også nogle vinkler på nettet.
Jeg har slået 4 eller sådan noget flade kryds over i deres baghånd. De bedre med ind, sådan her.
Og de vil faktisk gerne slå igen på, men der skal vi lige dække vores zone, og så ind i den. Vi må ikke sidde tilbage.
Så slår jeg, så er det bare
Men bedre tempo i din løft til sidst. De er for langsomt i det første, fordi du kommer for langsomt frem, og så løfter du den bare højt op. Det er okay, men hvis de stadig løfter højt, så skal vi turde træde ind i den, så stadig løfter hurtigt. For ellers er de simpelthen for hurtigt.
Vi har 3 dueller ren, hvor du får en der og drejer en af, og det kan vi nemlig næsten, de bevæger sig sidelæns. Vi skal have bid i de løft der. Det kan godt være, det føles godt, og de pumper. Nu pumper de derovre. Nu er vi i gang.
Dem står vi meget bedre på. Ja. Så slår den også, når
Så få dem på derinde. En lille ting der med, når Zhang kommer der fremad. Lige løft bag ved ham. Den er altså god. Men ellers så har vi blokket mod hans baghåndsside. Det skal nok gå. Er klar, drenge? Ja. Kom så.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Second game. Level.
So, Zhang to serve, so we can get the second game going here in the semi-final of the men's doubles. A lot of discussion in the interval with the Danes about how to get the control over the rallies. Wanted to lift a bit more aggressively, if possible, over Zhang when he's searching for the possibilities in the front court.
That's a good serve.
And also, as you mentioned, Jill, not to go into this flat game dogfight with the Chinese. If they play 1 or 2 shots, block it and then see if they can win the net.
Yeah.
Fantastic play.
Yeah.
He's given a little possibility, Zhang. Immediately he's there. It's not a bad shot from Bo. It's just really well read by Zhang.
placement on that smash from Carsten Mogensen. Yeah, that's clever. When you see that, it does make it confusing why they were so intent on trying to play a fast exchanges in the opening game.
It's sometimes deceiving playing a little bit up against the drift because you feel that you can control your lifts lengthwise. The problem is, it's not a good idea to lift.
No.
Especially not if the opponents are really powerful, as we know that especially Cheng are. That was also one of the things that Jakob Høy mentioned, that they wanted the Chinese to hit their smashes a little bit on the run, so to speak, off balance. Then they felt that there were some good possibilities for counter-attacking, but that one's gone wide.
3, 4.
Getting really involved now. Yeah, it's a good return.
It's over. 4, 5.
Yeah, that's a nice change of pace.
Right. Oh, another one.
Well, he took two that were going out, and the Danish coach is signalling frantically after the rally. But let Mathias Bo know. Crikey, that was possibly a blue carpet one as well he took.
Gentlemen.
Well, the umpire's not happy about the time delays.
Seeing too much delay. I need the receiver and the server ready earlier. Thank you.
Yep.
Six over. 6, 4. Six over.
Variation of the pace from Cheng sets it up for his partner.
Oh, what a good serve. What a great serve. Oh, that is superb. Chen Chi-Chu, Chinese coach.
Yeah, and he's been pretty much on his own on the coaching chair here. I've seen Zhang Jun, the head doubles coach here, but haven't seen him a lot on the chair.
Well, it's interesting to me. I've been watching the serve ever since that opening game when he was faulted. No, I think you're right, Steen. I don't think
exactly the same
it's
serve.
exactly the same. And the point is, if it's exactly the same, has the intimidation and the speaking by Bo to the umpire affected whether the service judge makes the call? We don't know.
No.
And we shouldn't really speculate. But the fact is, he says that and he doesn't get called again.
No. And I think fundamentally it's wrong. If the service is illegal, it should be called every time. But I've heard some other commentary on other tournaments where we heard the commentators say, let's hope the service judge doesn't ruin the game. No. If it's a fault, it's a fault. Then that's what's ruining the game.
Yeah. Because if a player is doing something that's unlawful, that's what's ruining the
Exactly.
game. Exactly. Well said, Steen.
It's over. 8, 9.
Probably right to go for it. I think they do have to start commanding the front of the court, Bo and Mogensen, if they want to send this the full distance. And of course the home fans would love to see that. Oh, look at that, it's so good from Zhang.
That's what won them the world title.
Yeah.
The attack.
And his pressure from the front of the court, as you were saying earlier.
10, 9.
Placement. It's not often that you see Zhang all tangled up on his defence.
10, all. It's over. 11,
alert.
10, end of all.
The Olympic champion. Perfect.
Vi begynder at have læst dem der. Når vi har Liu Cheng, der server, kan vi få en lille smule bredde på ham herinde? For han står bare og fanger dem der, vi står og prikker. Han står bare og fanger ham herinde. Det er lidt svært for os at gøre noget som helst med fjenden. Kan vi få lidt bredde på, så står I helt vildt godt på de næste. Jeg vil helst have bredden over mod Sankt Hans forhånd, og han er helt ufarlig dernede fra. Okay. Så den sidste her. Hvis vi skal have variationen på herovre fra ulige felten, altså vi gerne vil have trykken over mod deres baghånd. Den zone skal bare dækkes. Så er vi derinde, vi kommer fint ind. Men dem vi jager derinde, pas på, at vi ikke slår for hårdt på dem. Hver gang de laver noget med fart, så sidder de bare og venter. Dem jager de ikke. Udfordrer nu. Har vi den rigtige mand derinde?
So the advice there from Jakob Høj.
Yeah, some specifics about what to do when Liu Cheng is serving. They want to spread the game out a little bit to the sides of the court and try to target the forehand of Zhang Nan. Feels that he's not that dangerous in the forehand side. And then again, the reinforcement of not playing it too hard when they are chasing the shuttle on the front court.
12-10.
So this should be one of the situations where they would play mid-court forehand. But another very good service return by Mathias Bo.
11-12.
Wow, he's alert, Liu Cheng. He's improved a lot, and they've set up some set combinations. The Chinese pair also when Zhang Nan is attacking hasn't been recently in the rallies, but Liu Cheng seems much more confident on the front court than we've seen him before they won the World Championships. Short.
Over. 12-13.
Oh, well taken. Oh, total confusion. Don't believe it. What a rally.
So much for set combinations. They were shadowing each other.
Both the Chinese players were stuck the same half of the court at one stage.
13 all.
Nice play from Mathias Bo.
14-13.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. It's Mogensen's fourth shot that gets too much power.
14 all.
Oh, that's all right.
It's over. 15-14.
What a rally. Sensational defensive shot from Mathias Bo. Perfect.
okay, just watch the glove.
Yeah, plumb on the line. I wonder he's happy with that.
Thank you. $16, 14.
Oh, what a good return of serve
Service over.
from Liu Cheng.
15, 16.
Yeah, back level. Stunned silence from the fans.
Yeah. That's great play just over the right shoulder of Mathias Bo. Good shot. He's been playing well since the interval, Mathias Bo, both from the backcourt, but especially on the front court, blocking it, trying to get the initiative for the Danes.
Over. 17, 16.
Oh, it was a good serve, even better return.
17, all.
Oh, you got what a save.
Oh, that's extraordinary defensive shot from Mathias Bo. And that could prove crucial. That one. How on earth did he control that? But look, it's the little block again off the defensive shot, and he's moving forward. That's what's doing the real damage to the Chinese pair.
Now I feel that the primary umpire, he could follow up on his warning to the players that they were taking too long time. They're watching the replay on the giant screen. We don't have time for that in between every rally.
No. Game point opportunities for the #1 seeds from Denmark. judgment.
Six over. 18-20. Carsten, ready.
Still game point for the Danes. This time they convert. Symmetry in the scoreline over the first two games. 21-18. The former champions take the second. And it's one game apiece.
Det er jo helt vildt, hvad det henter i det spil. At det kun er ganske få, de høje, de får. For I står godt derinde. Men vi skal noget med det samme. Skal vi ville noget derinde. Vi skal ind og søge dem. Og Liu Cheng var en lille smule dårlig position dernede. Så træder vi også lidt skridt frem, og så er det heroppe, der foregår. Ikke hernede.
Så er vi gode med stjerne i perioder, og så er der nogle perioder, hvor vi spiller også bare kan slå nogle flotte slag.
Men vi bliver lidt lukket, og det kilder lidt. Ikke? Men hvis det er sådan, det kilder, så vil jeg sgu næsten hellere have, at vi holder den ned langs linjen en gang. Fordi vi har stået rigtig meget ind over midten, sammen med defen herinde. Få lagt af lige for.
Jeg synes altså, det fungerer bedst, hvis vi bare går hårdt på de korte server, og så turde udfordre. Jeg ved godt, det kan også godt skidt med en steam, men jeg synes, de er meget gode til, at de server fucking godt, og så når vi spiller nu halvsang, så er de gode til begge to at trykke fremad. Jeg synes i hvert fald, det har været bedre her på det.
Det er bedst. Klart, selvfølgelig er det bedst, når vi får det under derinde. Jeg synes egentlig, at dækket er zoner fint derinde. Liu Cheng, han har rystet en lille smule på hans nu her. Så tænker vi godt tage den foran ham. Vi skal bare være klar på den der, han ligger nede bagved. Der er et spørgsmål, om det er mig selv, der skal den, eller min makker.
Jeg tror bare, de der returneringer, jeg har på lige siden, når han tager, skal spille lidt over mod forhånd, for han vil have den baghånden.
Men generelt så kunne jeg godt tænke mig, at vi får prøvet den der, at vi kører, vi kører over igennem deres forhånd. Zhang, han har ikke rørt, der står overfra. Men jeg ser, hvordan vi kan nu. Nu skal vi lige være opmærksom på, at det er ude i vinden. Nu returnerer derovre endnu. Så det går, at vi skal bruge en maskering på midten i stedet for. Hør lige her, drenge. Nøglen herinde, det er, at når vi kommer frem, og vi tør udfordre foran dem. Det er dig, der er herinde. Det er mellembanen, at vi viser dem, vi kan slås, når vi står, og så møder vi den næste, men lægger den, får den til at dale. For vi måler netkanten herinde, så går det godt. Ja. Ikke? En enkelt cutter på, så kører vi.
Well, there didn't seem to be an awful lot of instruction there from Jakoboi.
Yeah, and a little discussion regarding the service returns where Mathias said that he felt that it was best just going really, really hard on the short services and try to sort of drop them below the tape in the middle. And I totally agree with him. That was what worked after the interval here, that especially when Liu Cheng was serving, instead of playing it broad as they discussed during the interval in the second game. So, same recipe. Drop it in front of the Chinese players. Get the lifts.
Third and deciding game.
They also mentioned that Liu Cheng looked a little bit, what should you say, unsecure or a little bit bewildered. And now the Chinese players again looking at the giant screen before getting ready. And I think they're right. I think there's a lot of opportunities targeting Liu Cheng at the moment.
Unbelievable. Yeah, the Danes still in this rally.
Yeah. And we had that rally at 17-all in the second game where the Chinese had some great chances. They didn't manage to kill it, and I think that could have cost them the match.
Play.
That's what they talked about, avoiding
2-1.
giving speed in the backhand side so the Chinese can push forward. Great job by Zhang Nan there. And then Mogensen, he was actually praising the Chinese in the interval, saying sometimes they play some really, really good shots. So he's apparently enjoying the shots.
Well, this is extraordinary as well. How on earth did he miss that this time out? It's good though that players recognise when opponents are playing well, because so often there's just a tendency to blame yourself. Oh,
I didn't play my best.
Yeah.
5-1.
Well, this is a worrying start for the home fans.
It's Zhang Nan who controls the rallies at the moment.
6.
He's really stepped up, using all his experience.
Desperately needed to halt that run of points.
6.
Oh, that is brilliant once again.
And there's one thing now for the Danes and the opposite for the Chinese. For the Chinese, get Zhang Nan on the shuttle. For the Danes, get it away from Zhang Nan. And we can see that Liu Chang is hesitating. He's not killing the same amount of shots from the front court as he did in the first game. So he's definitely not as confident as when they started out.
Yeah, good return.
3-7.
Oh, my goodness. We're made to play one more shot because of superb defence from Zhang Nan. How on earth did he get that one back?
7. Six over. 8-4.
Look at the way Zhang Nan lunged forward to take it early.
Yeah, that's where he's trying to win the match from. There's a lot of points in Liu Chang. If you look at it from the Danes' point of view, he's dropped. His level has dropped throughout the match.
8. Play.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's over.
What do you do
9.
against it?
5.
Steep angle.
It's over. 6. 9.
Steps forward again, Cheng.
Yeah.
That mid-court area.
It's over.
They almost have to play it back into the head of Liu Chang, or maybe lift it to the forehand side of Zhang Nan, and Jakob Høyer has talked about that forehand side. Oh.
11-6.
A little bit of luck for the world champions. And the number 5 seeds from China have a 5-point advantage as they change ends for a final time. We're seconds shy of the hour mark in this match.
I hvert fald forbi deres serve derinde. Så vi skal bare være klar, for der kommer noget skrald dernede fra. Jeg kunne godt tænke mig, at vi prøver, drenge. Der er sådan, vi server, fanger træerne. Vi er okay på træerne. Men at vi med vilje siger, at vi skal have en overspilling på en 5'er hen. Så vi lige får dem ind i det her spil, hvor de står dernede. Han overspiller lidt bagved dem. Sådan, så den ikke kommer, når det er for sent, og vi er lidt under pres hernede. Men at vi styrer den, og vi selv er klar over den derinde. Men så frem, og så dæk her, hvis vi laver den derfra. For så er det ikke i position. Vi skal op og lægge den af herfra. Er klar? Kom så.
So was he talking about the things we've talked about trying to get it away from Zhang Nan?
Not specifically, but they were talking about trying to catch it on some of the zones. I think they have numbers for the zones, zone 3, and then play it above the Chinese to what they call zone 5. And I think it can be a little bit dangerous now because they play with the drift. And they got to be really careful now, the Danes, and of course the Chinese got to see if they can capitalize from this and sort of get Liu Chang back to confidence. That's the worst thing that can happen for the Danes because that's their lifeline, the way I see it at the moment.
Yeah.
I think they should play back at Liu Chang. I mean, then see what happens. If he can beat them at the net, then that's fine. Congratulations. But Zhang Nan, he's simply too good.
No service short. His second service error.
7.
Third in total for the Chinese pair. Oh, 4.
It's over. 14. 7.
I think that came a little bit off the frame of Bo's racket.
14.
No, it was the net. Sorry.
is such a threat. Carsten Mogensen, I think they're feeling he's got to play the perfect shot.
Yeah.
Good flick serve. Well, could that be a turning point?
10, 15. Play.
Not the same good execution on the second one.
10.
I like the idea of trying something different.
17. 10.
It's dropped a little bit as well, Carsten Mogensen.
Gone long. And now just 3 points away. The world champions from breaking the hearts of the home fans here in Mogensen. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant once again. He's been outstanding.
Totally outstanding. Man of the match, no doubt about it.
Olympic champion. There he is. Well, he's upped his game, I think, you know, in this deciding game. He's been good all the way through, but how you respond in a crisis. Not that it was really a crisis, but no, he has been the man that's made the difference, Zhang. 10 match point opportunities for the world champions. Well, 2 match points have come and gone.
12, 20.
Well, will it be third time lucky? This time on the 4th match point opportunity, the world champions meet the #1 seeds. Liu Cheng and Zhang Nan. Well, I can tell you that Mathias Bo, as he went and shook hands with the service judge, Iris Metspulu, having a little word with her. I'm not sure that's appropriate either. Well, the better pair won today. And that was the world champions, Liu Cheng and Zhang Nan. 21-18, 18-21, 21-13 in the deciding game in an hour and 7 minutes.
Men's doubles. Please welcome from Indonesia, currently ranked 8th in the world, Lady Kamanda Suwardi and Angga Pratama.
So obviously the home fans desperately disappointed that Bo and Mogensen losing that semi-final against the world champions, but the world champions were simply better today. It means we've only got one more semi-final to come, and it's men's singles, and Wong Wing Ki of Hong Kong in his 4th Super Series semi-final today is hoping to reach his first ever Super Series tournament final. His opponent is the